Welcome to another edition of Inside Villanova Basketball. I'm Jay Wright, and here on the main line, it's January. And what that means is Big East basketball. We're in the conference now. This is what every player comes to Villanova to do, to play in Big East action. There's nothing like it. It's the greatest conference in the country. The Big East games are more intense than any game you see in the country. And now that it's Big East season, we thought you'd like to see an inside look.
For a Big East team, the season's first months are about finding your way and spreading your wings. And if you're winning in the non-conference part of your schedule, it can be a picture of beautiful simplicity. But then, the calendar turns to January, and beauty meets the beast. No matter the season or the locale, Big East basketball is a different game. And for each team, it's a battle. Not just game by game, but possession by possession. To work your way through the toughest conference in America, you have to be ready to go 15 rounds and then some.
Usually you play about 15 or 16 non-conference games and, play like 13 this year. I'm like, man, we got to get some more games in. And I didn't realize it dawned on me we have 18 conference games. That's a lot of conference games. That's a lot of wars. And obviously with the toughness factor, every night in and night out, you're going to have a physical contest. And that's what we try to prepare our guys for. As Coach Wright always says, try to make practice tougher so the games will be somewhat easier. They're not easy, but somewhat easier than our practice because it's a very physical contest every night you go out.
For a team as young as the Wildcats, the start of the Big East schedule is almost an introduction to a different sport.
It's a whole nother game. It's like 2 seasons within one. The first couple games, I could get by. I could get by that without having the strength and everything. But once I saw in the first game we played Marquette, and especially the other night when we played DePaul, they had that big man. You can easily see the difference. Everybody plays at another level. They play way harder.
A lesson learned by the veterans from their coach a long time ago.
Everything Coach Wright was saying is like, wow, these dudes are stronger. These dudes are faster. I haven't been to the NBA, but it feels like every game is almost an NBA game.
For the upperclassmen, helping the first-year players see the difference is easier said than done.
You can say, oh, it's tough, it's tough, it's tough, you got to be ready. But then when you get in the game, it's like, you know it, but then there's that one play where you got to guard someone like a Hayward, and he just hits you with his body, and you're like, oh, man, this dude is strong. So it's like, now I don't understand what they're saying.
I've been to the ACC, and 1 through 5, 5 or 6 are very, very, very good, but it's 1 through 16 in the Big East are just outstanding. And it's just a style play. It's very physical, very tough. And the teams, you got, Syracuse, UConn, Georgetown, night in and night out, you're playing against top players, top teams in the country, not just in the conference, but in, the country. And you need to bring it every single night because you never know where you're going to get.
But as a Big East player, you do know you'll get seen by millions of people.
I've been in different conferences, and you just don't see those guys on TV, and the exposure alone, just, your eyes just gravitate towards, ESPN and the Big East, Big Monday. They have some certain things that are just built in that makes it just like an honor to play in the Big East. And people always associate the East with basketball as they associate the South with football. And, what a greater conference. Obviously, the number of teams, the quality of teams, prestigious universities. And to play in this conference night in and night out, anybody could get beat at any time, and it's always on television. So, that's the thing that makes this conference so great. And, we're just trying to claw our way through it as best we can, but it's a bear of a conference for sure.
We're all thrilled every night that we get to compete in the Big East Conference. There's nothing like it in the country. We're tested as players, coaches, night in and night out, packed arenas, and we love Big East basketball.